What's happening, guys? I have no idea. I did.
Well,
did you not watch it?
I mean, I saw the clip that you cut of him of Biden introducing Zelensky as President Putin, the brave and strong President Putin.
yeah, and after being an hour late, the first question, he announced that the new running mate for the ticket is actually Donald Trump because he mistook. He mistook.
He called Kamala Harris Vice President Trump.
Yeah.
Smart move from Biden, losing Democratic support. So he pulls the last minute Hail Mary, announces Donald Trump will be his running mate. That's really smart, bringing some of those Republican votes. He's a surefire win now. Who's gonna?
Mr. President, your political future has hung over the NATO summit a little bit this week. Speaker Pelosi made a point of suggesting that your decision on whether to stay in the race was still open. George Clooney and a handful of lawmakers have called on you to step aside. Reuters is reporting tonight that UAW leadership is concerned about your ability to win.
UAW just endorsed me, but go ahead.
Thank you. My question for you is, how are you incorporating these developments into your decision to stay? And separately, what concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president. So let's start there.
So,
oh my God.
Ooh, did he correct himself?
He did not that time. No.
Let's get the Zelensky one.
Here's the reaction from his White House as he was saying this, apparently.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified.
Their eyes, oh my God.
He's actually doing
Wait, who's in the middle of
it? They look so confident.
Their soul's leaving their body.
Wait, go back and replay.
I'm glad to see uncomfortable war criminals.
I don't know. You could see Karine Jean-Pierre to the far left, by the way.
So let's start there.
Yeah, he's
Number
like
one.
That guy in the middle is contemplating what a Vice President Trump.
Who's that? It looks so familiar. I'm forgetting his name. But yeah, he's contemplating it. Oh, man.
Wow.
And then this was earlier in the day. Hold up.
Now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway, Mr. President.
I'm better.
What?
You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great.
At least that one
happens all the time. Come on,
that
FDR
one
used to call Stalin Hitler. You know, people introduce people wrong. It's
you could say that's a slip of the tongue. Could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
The problem is this had to be the perfect. Everyone's looking. All the reports have been that the party was looking at this performance.
This was before the press conference. This was at the NATO conference. This was separate.
Yeah, but I was reading that they were looking at this what he was doing tonight. While at NATO, to sort of gauge how they feel.
Well, everyone is at this point.
Well, I mean, what was there anything else? Did we get anything else out of it, or those were the two big gaps?
Oh, there's a lot from the press conference.
Yeah.
Your opening answer, you referred to Vice President Harris as Vice President Trump. Right now, Donald Trump is using that to mock your age and your memory. How do you combat that criticism from tonight?
Listen to him.
This concludes tonight's press conference.
So I guess he's just saying, like, listen, if you think I'm saying crazy shit, listen to Trump.
Yeah, I think
is that the bar?
That was the very ending after he said he was going to quit like 3 times in a row. He kept being like, all right, no more questions. Oh wait, I have to still get through it. The whole thing was so pre-planned. What they had done is they'd give him a sheet. He had the list of every reporter and what their outlet was from, and he had to ask them one by one, and then they got one question, and then they weren't allowed to ask follow-up questions, and they moved right on to the next person. And it was perfect for a little while. You're like, okay, this weird gamble's kind of playing off. And then very quickly the reporters were reporters. They started saying, okay, I want to ask 3 questions then. The first part, Mr. Biden, the second part, and then they try to jump in. Near the end, they were all just like screaming, trying to ask him questions. Like it devolved pretty quickly from there.
Yeah.
But clearly the rules, they set rules out at the start of that.
Yeah, what I will say is that there were a lot of other moments where he said, I talked to the commander in chief, and then he corrected himself. So there were other gaffes and whatnot. But what I noticed is that at the very beginning, he started off stronger, and throughout the course, little by little, he got worse and worse. And towards the end, we saw like almost debate Biden again, where he was speaking
and he was
in
borderline
more
incomprehensible.
Yeah, he was speaking in fragmented sentences. He kept saying anyway, cutting himself off, and it wasn't good. What I will say is that it's funny. I think that since he wasn't as bad as the debate, this is going to give the Biden dead enders like the ammunition that they need. So the White House, according to ABC News, they said that they talked to the White House, and they're saying, oh, he knocked it out of the park. You see, there's an ABC News reporter that said, oh, well, this wasn't great, but it wasn't bad enough to make him drop out. Harry Sisson, you all know that guy, the little DNC Gen Z TikTok dipshit.
I saw him today for the first time. I didn't know this was like a guy until I saw him today.
Yeah.
He looks like he's 12. There's a whole bunch of those guys now. There's like a whole bunch of like pro-Biden Gen Z.
You're being paid.
Right?
I imagine being paid by.
Yeah, but he says he's pretty excited about this press conference. He says everybody owes Joe Biden an apology. So I'm sorry, Joe Biden. I guess I stand corrected.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, President Biden. You are right. I am taking back anything I said. It's time to go out there and beat Medicare. Let's do it, everyone.
I saw someone post this. I think this is a good idea, actually. This might be the only way to do this. What if everybody just started congratulating Biden for his decision to step down?
That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
That might actually work. But obviously it'd have to be the White House doing it. But that would work if his family is the problem.
You did it, Joe. You did it. The Kamala moment where we did it, Joe. But it's her just going over to you did it, Joe. You did it.
Call him brave. Tell him.
And then if he's confused, get an AI video of him making this announcement that he's stepping down, and he'd be convinced.
Right. He wouldn't know the difference.
I said
that. Yeah. So before the press conference, there were reports that there were possibly dozens of Democrats within the next 48 hours that were going to come out regardless and say that he should step down. Jerry Connolly actually, I think right before it, I believe he said he should step down. If he didn't explicitly say step down, like it was it was a pretty strong statement like Michael Bennett. I don't remember what he said though, so I don't want to say specifically. But yeah, so I think that a lot of Democrats were waiting to see what happened. If he face planted, that would, determine their decision. If he did well, then maybe they would back off. But something kind of shifted over the last 48 hours where you had Democrats like Richie Torres, for example, who originally came out swinging for Biden, all of a sudden saying,
Matthew Iglesias too.
Yeah, Matthew Iglesias.
I know he's not. I know he's not a politician. He's a pundit, but like he's straight up writing Substack articles about how he saw the rabbit bunny. What is it? Illusion. He's like, this was like the rabbit bunny illusion for me. Where he's like, all my life I thought I was seeing the rabbit, but now I'm finally seeing the bunny, and I understand what everyone was talking about. I was like, that's so sad.
That is really sad.
I was going nuts in like 2020 when everyone kept bringing up Joe Biden's stutter. It was like, we're not talking about a stutter. We're not talking about a stutter. We're not talking about a speech impediment. We're not. I even now in 2024, where the cognitive decline is crystal clear, no question about it. I was even giving him just now the pass on the Zelensky Putin slip of tongue because he noticed right away, and that means that's like that happens to everybody. But as long as you notice and fix it, because that's what typically happens when you misspeak, you quickly fix it. It's that he just goes on rambling, says things that don't make sense, and just doesn't realize what he's saying.
But he did that again tonight. Like at one moment, he mixed up China and North Korea, and I was thinking this is pretty frightening because it's gone from like I'm either angry or sad to if he continues on a world stage with a microphone to do things where he's directly calling countries out and saying like we need to pass really hard military limits and sanctions on China. I mean North Korea. Like that these are serious gaffes, right? It's not like if you mess up, Matt, people will make fun of you in your chat. right? Or they'll be like,
Oh,
Matt,
of
that's not like,
course.
I
Joe
mispronounce
Biden
words
needs
all
a
the
live
time.
chat. He needs a live chat. Of
Yes,
all
that's what I'm saying. Yes, chatters.
Who'll watch him talk for 4 hours until 1, 2 in the morning. That's what he needs. He needs them to be brutally honest with him. No, but I mean, it's like it's just like stunning to see this sort of like just all come to fruition. Like they're trying to make excuses about about like blaming other people about what it could be. Like, oh, it's just ageism. No, I don't care about Biden's age.
Yeah,
his
same.
age is a factor because that's the cause of the cognitive decline for Joe Biden. He's getting old. Everyone ages differently. Biden's not aging well. If he was the same age he was and was able to still, function as a politician, then I'd be fine with it. We see functioning older politicians. I might not like their politics, but they're functioning for the most part. For example, Nancy Pelosi functions. You could tell she's a functional human being. One that I like, Bernie Sanders. He's a functional older guy. He's totally able to talk. If Biden was like Nancy Pelosi or Bernie Sanders in terms of being able to do it at his age, I'd be like, yeah, it is ageism. He's old. He could do it though. That's not what we're seeing now. This is edging closer and closer to Dianne Feinstein territory.
Yeah. Also, we kind of have breaking news from a few minutes ago. This is from CNN. So apparently Obama and Pelosi have met privately to discuss this. The conclusion is that they don't really know what to do. So they're both concerned.
Oh, great. He's not going to step down.
Yeah, they think he's going to lose, but they don't know what to do, despite knowing they think he's going to lose.
This is like parents trying to figure out whether they should put down their kid's dog or not because the dog is very old.
Right.
Like, should we let it play out and see what happens? Or should we put him out of his misery now? But little Jimmy's gonna be really sad and upset right now. Or do we wait till it gets really bad and we watch little Jimmy lose the good memories he had of the dog? I mean, this is literally how they're talking right now.
The problem being, of course, the balance of the world is like is in play here. Like this isn't just like little Jimmy and his feelings.
The problem in this scenario is that Biden is both little Jimmy and the dog. They're trying to figure out how to break it to him that they're putting him down. I mean,
everybody has to talk to him like he's a child. Like before they say something even tepidly critical of him, they have to say, well, Biden is a decent man. He's a great president. He's changed the world. He's saved democracy. But his brain is melting out of his ears and maybe he should step up. Like, they always have to preface it. And it's just like...
I think the reason they're doing that, though, like someone like George Clooney, for example, they're doing it because they're speaking to Biden. Like they're trying to get him, hey, friend, please. I love you so much, Fred. You're a hero. You're amazing. Can you please not run because you're going to destroy the planet if you lose to Trump?
Yeah. Did you see the conspiracy theories that apparently it's not Biden, it's that CNN and ABC have been manipulating his voice and changing it to make him sound
I saw
Rebecca.
That. Hi. Rebecca.
Hi.
What are your thoughts on the press conference?
I didn't catch it. So.
You missed it. Biden redeemed himself entirely. He was cogent, articulate.
No, because I heard you guys talking, and I saw a little bit of the chat, and actually, I'm so sad that that happened. He called Kamala Trump. You said?
Yeah,
he called Kamala Vice President Trump. I'm so happy I picked Vice President Trump.
We just lost her already.
No,
there you are.
Look, lost me. But I heard you. He called Vice President Trump, and but he corrected himself, right? He corrected.
No, he corrected himself when he called
Zelensky himself on
President Putin.
Calling Zelensky.
He did call. He introduced Zelensky as President Putin, and then corrected that.
I gasped when he called Zelensky Putin. I was like, no.
Yeah, that's really embarrassing.
And everybody acting like it didn't happen.
I mean, he corrected himself in that one, right? With the Vice President Trump thing, he has not. I mean, everyone's basically showing the clip because it's ridiculous.
How long was it?
The whole press conference, about 45 minutes around there.
After being an hour late, by the way.
Yeah, they were like a half an hour late at least.
Oh, whoa!
It's basically two Biden years.
Dang, it's really bad out here. This is giving a lot of. I hate this, but even with all of this, it's just like it's all bad. It's all bad, but
it's all bad.
It's all bad, but we still gotta vote.
I do, by the way, have the reaction from NATO leaders to when he said that.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
Pay attention to Olaf here because he has the strongest reaction.
I can't hear the name Olaf and not think of the talking
Frozen
man from Frozen.
Yeah.
President Putin. President Putin.
What?
I'm on President Putin.
Oh.
President Putin. I'm on President Putin.
Look at his. They're just like, oh fuck.
You got beat President Putin.
I'm just so focused on beating Putin.
Oh my god! I feel like he should have been really embarrassed. Like he didn't seem embarrassed by that. You know what I mean? Like anyone, like he should be really fucking embarrassed. The fact that he isn't, to me, shows how big his fucking ego is.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, you don't even realize.
At the age where you poop
your
pants, I'm thinking this is the least embarrassing thing you could do.
It's kind of like if he plays on the mistakes each time, everybody's gonna be like, see, even he knows. So he has to be this way because he's still continuing to run. So he has to act like this stuff is not bothering him.
I guess it just, I don't know. I just thought there'd be more of a tell. I guess at that age, it's hard to be embarrassed by anything once you're that old, anyways.
I mean, literally, who cares? I mean, old. Have you met really old people?
I know.
Don't give a shit.
They're never embarrassed. Like, so I don't even know what to say.
They're
no, I've never seen an embarrassed old person.
They're just
supposed to be the advantage.
Tearing through public. They just walk through the middle of the street, expecting all the cars to stop for them. And they're just like, fuck it, I'm old.
But they gotta get across the street, and people gotta stop.
True.
Running shit over with their mobility scooters, like the fucking end caps at the stores.
Oh my god, you guys are acting like old people are the devil.
Look, if you worked in retail, I'm just saying.
I'm just thinking of everybody watching who is leaving now because they just think we're being ageist.
Yeah,
we're just joking. We're joking.
No, yeah.
I know. I know none of you can take a joke. I know no one over 60 can take a joke, but we're joking.
Binder was right. But Binder's right. This has nothing to do with ageism. There's plenty of old people. You mentioned Nancy Pelosi. We all hate Nancy Pelosi, but Nancy Pelosi can speak in full sentences and finish thoughts. Those are two very important things.
She's
right?
actually
about
a strategy.
Yeah. It's not a speech impediment. It's not that he stutters. Like that would be honestly, with all things considered, lovely. Compared to, I don't know where he's going to finish his sentences, and he's talking about world leaders and very serious conflicts right now on NATO stage. That's I don't know. It's scary.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? 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 They not like us. Tree? Tails on the bus. Go round and round. Tree? You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?